You're listening to the Spark Your Light podcast, where my mission is to help you create a life that sparks the light inside of you. And this is episode number 301, allowing your life vision to evolve. This episode is something that I think is so important, especially as young adults and adults. I have listeners at various ages from, college into their 60s. So I think that this message is important for everyone, regardless of what age you are. We live in a culture that tells us that when we are a kid, like in elementary school, we should decide what we want to be when we grow up. I mean, how many times were you assigned that question as your homework assignment? And I think it's well-meaning. It helps kids dream and think about what they want to do with their lives. And in the education system, having an education that's rooted in the thing you want to do with your life is helpful. And we get an education starting our whole lives, but a career-specific education, we have the opportunity at 18, whether you go to college or trade school. And so we have to make those decisions at such a young age. And the truth is, we have no idea what we want to do at 18. Most of us. There are a select few that maybe have had life experiences on their path that have shaped what they want. And there are others that think they know what they want, but they have never done that thing. And so once they do it, they realize they don't love it. Or maybe they love it for 10 years because it was a really awesome part of their life at that time in their life for the person they were then. But then other life experiences happen that change that. And so the point is, your life vision will evolve. But if you beat yourself up and make yourself feel guilty as it changes, then you're never going to allow yourself to thrive. We can't thrive when we feel bad about ourselves. We can't thrive when we feel shame. We can't thrive when we don't own the twists and turns of our story. And our story will evolve no matter what. No matter what you do, you will be revealed new experiences. So what I want you to know today is that sometimes you will have a really clear vision that you think is the exact path of what you want to do. And then you will have an experience that changes it. The experience could be a new idea that you never had before. The experience could be actually trying something that falls within that realm of your vision and realizing, that's not quite it. The experience could be living through something that changes your lifestyle goals, like having a baby. That could change the career choices you make, right? And so there are so many factors that impact it. And most of them are out of our control, right? Like, we can't control when we have new ideas. I mean, creativity is not something we can control as much as we wish we could. We can't control, outside circumstances. I couldn't control having a baby that was in the hospital, but that has for certain impacted my career choices. Because of that experience, I am now talking about hope, writing about hope, and that's something that I never thought about 2 years ago. So if it's not in your control, then you have to hold your vision tightly and work towards it. But know that sometimes you can't predict how you will feel in a future situation you haven't lived yet. You can't predict a future experience you will have that is outside of your control. And because of that, your vision may change. But being okay with that, I think that's the key. When we get so rigid and so focused that this is the way it has to be, we actually miss opportunities that are better for us and more aligned for us that are outside of those blinders. So my message for you is, whatever your vision is today, it's amazing you have one. Go for it. Dream about it. Let it spark your light. And surrender to the journey. You're driving and you're in control of the car, but you're not in control of the roads. There may be a pothole. There may be a closed road. Just go with it. Figure it out as you go. And trust that as long as you keep moving in the direction of what sparks your light, you will create an amazing life. And if you're someone who tuned into this episode because you feel like you don't have a vision, I know I felt like that for so long when I was starting my businesses, pursuing different ideas. I just felt like I don't have that clear vision. I remember I would watch Shark Tank and I would see these entrepreneurs and they would say, I experienced this problem and I came up with this amazing solution and it worked for me and I thought other people could use this and I made it into this product and it became a sensation. And I would be so jealous because I would think to myself, man, this is what I want. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to have my own business. I want to bring an idea to life, but I don't have any ideas. And that was the birthplace of my entrepreneurial ideas. And what I do today, I just started writing ideas on paper and I started trying different things and then they didn't work. And that led me here to this career. And it also led me to buying an ice cream and water ice shop with my husband and, pursuing that entrepreneurial path. And so there's so many things that I couldn't have predicted. And it's easy to get jealous of people who have this very, very clear vision because it feels like there's maybe some sense of relief when we figure it out. But this is just a reminder that you will actually never have it figured out because it's life and it's a constant journey. And that doesn't mean it's bad, right? It doesn't mean it's bad when a road is closed. It doesn't mean it's bad when there's a pothole. It means you might need to pull over and get the tire fixed. Or maybe it was just a big bump and everyone survived. Maybe we need to go a different direction. But maybe when we go a different direction, we're actually going to find that there's this beautiful area for sightseeing that's on a completely different road that we were never going to take if we stayed the course. But because the road was closed, we actually experienced so much more joy and we saw so much more beauty and we made amazing memories and we felt so sparked and so fulfilled. But when we first saw the road closure sign, we were frustrated because we were going to be delayed. That's your journey. That's the journey you're on. Trust it. God's timing is always perfect. The universe's timing is always perfect. And how do you know that? Because you have a lifetime of evidence. Look back on the things that didn't work that later worked out better. Look back on the things you really, really wanted, but now you're glad that you didn't get them because you realize that this or that wouldn't have worked out if that worked out, or you wouldn't have met that person, or you wouldn't have ended up here at this job or building this business, or if you didn't learn that lesson, you would have made this mistake. We all have a lifetime of evidence that it's all working out in your favor, that there are things happening beyond our control. So trusting that, trusting your journey, knowing that it will all work out in the end. And you will have a much better ride if you just sit back and enjoy it. It's not to be totally passive and let someone else drive your car. You are still driving the car. But you're more resilient and flexible when you experience all of the unexpected conditions of the road, of other people, of the weather, of everything you might encounter when you're driving. And that's what helps you thrive. And it actually helps you find your way back to that path you're meant to be on. So trust your journey, allow the vision to unfold and have twists and turns, and know that every day brings an opportunity for more clarity, for more experiences, for more reflection. And if you just keep taking one step and putting one foot in front of the other, a new day will bring more information, will bring more opportunity. And with one day after another, you will eventually figure it out. And you'll figure it out for a season, and then things will change, and you'll figure something else out that works better and feels better. And then you might love that for a while, and then you may learn something else. Or it may be these teeny micro changes within this bigger arena you play in, right? Like for me, when I shifted from speaking about resilience to giving the hope speech, they're very similar, but they're different. And that happened because of life experience. So it was a little micro change. So there's so many ways that it can evolve All you have to do is keep driving and have faith. Surrender to an attitude that trusts that everything is working out and even the hard things are serving you. I purposely did not choose positive attitude because I think it could be misconstrued. And when you do that, you will find your path and thrive. Thanks so much for tuning into today's episode. If you're new to the podcast, I'd be super grateful if you left a review. If you haven't before, if you love the show, it always helps us reach new listeners. And I really appreciate each and every one of you for listening to the show, for sharing the show, for following us on Instagram, for all the support, TikTok, all the places. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will catch you in the next episode.